Record. Okay. We're trying to do audio again, but it's probably not gonna happen.
Time we were here on that little hanging bracket, hanging hook, you know.
Yeah.
Given construction is super critical in all your layout, but what I wanted to do today, everyone understands the act command is there to draw lines at different angles.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
We did the shear plate in here together, right? That was the one that went around kind of like this. It came over here, 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 up here, down here, 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 and you had to figure that length there. We did that one in here, right?
Yes.
Everybody. I think we created just a fake one.
I did this
like
one.
That, and we just did it, right? And then we drew it out, and you told me what this length of this line was right here. And the angles we had to deal with around 90. Right. 188. What's the cross again? 0?
90, 180, 270.
270 is down. Okay. I got to hammer that in my brain.
Yep. And so then the 0, you can also think of it as 360.
So now, what I wanted to do is I want to make sure we were there. The main thing I want to do is I want to make sure that we are getting our dimensioning down pat. I mean, really pat. Yeah, I'm still needing to look at these just so I can kind of get an idea of how I'm dimensioning, because I can't, like, I'm still struggling with, like, just looking at it and being like, how did I dimension that? I mean, I do know, but. Now, we've got some really good examples of dimensioning been done here. Yeah, but I want to get you guys up to date on it. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
I have a bunch of jobs I should have started.
Absolutely.
Now, Kurt, have you done all the dovetails? Have you dimensioned all the dovetails? I have done. Not all of them, but I have done. Have you done this one here?
Yes, I have that one.
Okay. So, I want to get down into the nitty gritty on these.
Sure.
On dimensioning here.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll understand 100% why. So let's see. Here's the dovetail finger.
I have everything that I've done, and I've done dovetail finger.
Yeah, I know you've done both.
I'm pretty sure. So finger guide, rod support, dovetail slide, clamp lock, index feed, dovetail finger.
How's the deck going? Good. Yeah. Good. If I can't run out of material. Oh man, I get far away too. Yeah, I've got about an hour and a half left on it. Oh. I ran out of 4 pieces of fascia board. Well, but that's the fascia is and so, the deck's all screwed down, everything. That's all. Okay. It's just the fascia I have to put around the stairs. Okay. And so I'm going up Wednesday morning to do that. Did you have to have a pretty strong ledger? Or how it's not very high off the ground, right? No, but it's strong. Are you cantilevering a ledger out, or how did you do your ledger? Well, I just went up and I built 2 structures, the width of the bottom stair and then the top stair. There's like a 32-inch wall laid down flat going all the way around it, folded into the 4x4 post all the way around it also. Then on top of that, I set my second stair and just put it right and anchored it right down to that. So it's solid. Engineer, you said your drawings to? No. I just design things. I overbuild. Oh, and then you send it to the city and they go, does an engineer at the city look at it too? Oh yeah. Oh, so I never get it. Really? Yeah. I might be trying to have a barbecue up at the cabin for the end of the semester, and
it's getting hot though.
Well, that's the cool thing about up there. It's
mountains.
Up there.
Oh, yeah.
And
because we're heading into August. It's
precisely why getting up there is crucial. Worked up there, but Saturday I worked over at Bear Lake, and it was hot over there. Woo! But I spent 16 hours working over there up in the attic. Well, I got my.
Whoa. That's hot.
I mean, if you're interested in, I'd like to start being able to read plans better. Oh. And start being more like less just framer and being able to kind of like do layout more. Because we have an old guy that just does layout, and then I come behind him. Even when I can't find it to the drawing, I drop it up. Yeah, I picked up some over there. I gave it some, and I left one on that. Either I made it to where you use the step or I left one there. Okay. Okay, so let me see if I have the dovetail finger up here.
I can share
If
the.
not, if someone will just share it with me.
I'll share the file with you, Mike.
That'd be great.
Let me see if this one of the drives should work. Okay, that's not recognized. Okay, what about this?
Okay.
Give me a second, Mike. I will put it on that flash drive, and it's just that one of the flash drives died on me, and this PC case.
Because we're going to change a couple of your dimensions around, even though.
Yeah, I'm looking at it myself too, and I'm like, well,
There's a couple of things
the overall dimension on the right side, I'm looking at it and I'm going, it's better in the top one. Okay, dovetail finger dimensions.
I learned something this weekend that is better, but probably kind of applies, and that's to overconstrain early on to make it tough to do the next drawing. It does. Some of them works, and some of them will not let you overconstrain. It will not let you go on unless you get rid of the overconstrained dimensions that you don't need. I mean, you're trying to get that thing, everything set up in a spot where you continue, and when you get to the next drawing,
I might just use it most of the class period.
Go to the file manager. Well, I would prefer if you copy it off the thing, just in case it dies on me. So there's the dovetail finger right there. No, that's auto run. Just one file up. Yeah. So copy this one to desktop or something.
Okay. Well, I'll just open it.
All right. As long as the drive doesn't die on you. Yeah. So like this one. Now I look at it and I go, I feel like this one should be here.
Yeah, I mean, if we put that one there, then look, all three of them right there. You know,
well, and it relates to these guys.
It does.
Because you really sent me a message about there needs to be two dimensions for each shaft, you know, or one dimension and an angle.
Okay, so we're gonna start there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on the dovetail finger. Now, I cannot tell you every single dimensioning rule is going to apply the same on every drawing. It won't. It just doesn't happen. And so that's why, if you know the basic concept, that's all I'm after. If you can apply the basic concept, so I want to show you a couple of things that if you want to make it more specific, and that's what we're going to do this one here, we're going to make it more specific. So, if you guys want to, you can follow along with me. If you open up the dovetail finger, I just deleted all the dimensions off of here, and we're going to go ahead and add them on, and then kind of show you how it's probably a better way of doing things. Okay. Now, if you don't agree with me, feel free to say I don't agree, and then we'll explain. We'll figure out why you don't agree and figure out if there's a solution to fix it. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, Number one, the first main overriding rule that you'll adhere to, you'll never get in trouble, is draw the feature in the view that shows its true size and shape, right?
Yep.
Now, there was a situation where we had a drawing, I forget which you heard of it last Wednesday. Yeah. Where we did the whole first, right? Oh, because I told you, usually you always drill holes later. We had a situation now.
Oh, in the clamp block?
I forget which one it is. It has I think it was here where you had something come into here, and then you had a keyway here. This is the section drawing. Have we done sections in here?
No.
I don't know what
I guess
the
we haven't.
term
We
talks
will
about.
do today then. The bottom line in here, here's the slot that's taken out. It doesn't go all the way through. Okay, so in this situation now, if I did the slot first like I told you to, and then do the holes usually after you do the shape and everything, what you got here now, if you do the slot in here, and then you try to drill this, would it wander? Maybe would it wander a little bit? So in this situation, I would probably do my hole first and then mill the slot into it. Does that make sense to you? So again, there's never a set rule that says you do this all the time, period. It doesn't exist. And so all I'm trying to do is go through as many different types of features as I can with you. And if you understand how things are done, think about it. If you want to hog all this out, what happens if I go a little bit too far and you drill a hole? You might have a little jog out there on the outside edge, right? But if you know that you have a hole, a smaller one going, you do it until it's clear and back up. You don't have to give them a specific distance that goes in there. Just make a note, cut to slot, cut to hole, or whatever. Okay. Stuff like that. Okay. Okay, so on this one, our number one feature happens to be this slot right here, correct? And so we see it in the front view here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to move this one up here for the time being. Hit F8. And so we're going to do it. Now, could I dimension this one like this here? Is that an acceptable way of dimensioning this? Yeah. You aren't crossing object lines, you aren't crossing what other types of lines there?
Dimension line.
Dimension lines. I'm crossing the extension lines, but not dimension lines, right? And that's okay, correct? Now, when would this type of dimensioning be preferred? If I have this dimension here, is this slot going to be more of a precise slot than if I put my dimensions here and here?
Which is where and where?
Okay. The other one I could do is I could put my dimensions. I'm going to raise these up here. So the second row would be the alternative way of dimensioning. It all depends on where you want it. That's 100% what you're after. If you have a machine part that needs to fit right in there, this would be preferred. You could hold that accuracy more that way than the other way, correct?
What would be the other way?
This one and this one here. They have two ways of dimensioning that slot, right? I could either come over 3.75 and down 1, or I could come up 3/4 and over 1. I could use this one or this one, or this one or this one.
Okay.
Are you with me there?
Yeah, I think so.
But it all depends on the function of the part. I mean, I would probably prefers this one here. Does that make sense? So to get that spot, you come over an inch and you come up 0.75 and you notch it out, right? Are you with what I'm trying to say there now? So it's 100%. What's going to go in here? Is it critical? If it's not critical, this would probably be the preferred method because it's your material you have on your part. You're controlling that versus controlling what fits in that spot. Are you with me there?
Oh, yeah, okay.
You see, there's two different ways of doing it now, isn't it?
Okay.
Because with this one, you have this tolerance here, and this will be, you can control that plus or minus whatever you want to, but then you also have one here also that's built into it, your overall length, right?
Right.
And so it totally depends on what fits in here. So we're gonna say this is what we want here, okay? That make sense?
The thing is, though, is that the machinist is adding tracking.
How? He's going to line his tool up with this side here and then move it over 1 inch and cut it through. Okay? Otherwise, he'd have to line it up from the other side and then come back in like that 3 1/4 and then cut it through. Does that make sense? Or line it up there and then machine in 3 1/4. So functionality is the same way. And that's why when you dimension it, you need to think about a common reference point. You get a reference from this edge and the bottom, right? That's where you're referencing it from, right? But what you don't want to do, you don't want to do this. A combination of both parts like that. You know what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah.
One is what you're taking out, the other is what you're leaving. You try to be consistent
Of what you're
you're taking out or leaving, but don't combine them. Okay? Now, question: if I did have that there, all I'd have to do is grab that, put him over there, and there's your 3/4. You do not have to undo and redo in CAD. Student that's working with, we did auxiliary views this morning, and he happened to get his auxiliary view off, and he was just going to redo the whole thing. So all we did is we just figured out how far he was off. We just moved everything that distance, lined everything right back again. Saved probably 4 times the amount of time to redraw versus just simple modifications what you have. That's what the CAD is good for. Okay? Okay, now, our second feature is we do the dovetail here first, and then we'll worry about this up here. Is that okay? Okay, now, the easy way to do this one right here now would be to put a, we always need a linear dimension coming over there, right? Now, if I put an angle out here, it should make that cleaner if these were inside of here, wouldn't it? Are you with me? So you just click on that and individually change it. You know, that's that 0.09 number right there.
Whoa, wait, so, I'm sorry, it's spaced out here, so you, on a linearly dimension, just that top piece of the dovetail. 5.
Right, because you know, here you got an angle right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Gone.
so now I know how far in to come, but I need to know how deep to come, and then I need to know the angle, right?
Right.
So I could go ahead now and I could put my depth right there. So basically I found this point here and I found this line here, but I need to know the angle to go from here down, right?
And with your dimension, or those extension lines, does that want to be 0.5 out, or can you just drag that out?
From here to here,
Yeah.
that's gotta be at 0.5.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit 0.5 then.
Yeah, I probably should.
Okay, cool.
being a little more accurate, but I'm trying to get them in, okay?
Yeah, no worries, all right.
Okay, now, on our angle now, a couple of ways we can do this is we could go ahead now and do an angular measurement from here to here and put that right about into there. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the end of my lines here lined up fairly close right there. Does that make sense? Because that looks a lot better than to maybe pull it in into here. Are you with me there?
Yep.
So my length, my extension lines, I want to try to have the same length as I can, if I can, as much as possible. Okay? Now, once I have this, I could put 2x or typical. I'd probably just go 2x. Okay? Does that make sense? Or one other thing is, let's maybe try a different way dimensioning. Let me just do this up here. So, okay, I could do it that way right there. Now,
How did you do that? Should I do that too?
You basically double click on the number and it gets you into the text box.
Double click it. How do I keep my text there?
Just click away, don't press enter.
or you can put 2x in front, or you can put typical. Now, give me some feedback. Do you like this way here better? If they subtract, if you left it in legal 0.75, if they subtract it, they would not sure. Here, the other way, that's the error. Right, this is where the slot goes, but I'm controlling the dovetail in this one right here, right? If I didn't have this, and if I put the other measurement over here now, like the other, or put 2x here, then the error is in the dovetail, right? Now, usually a dovetail is a precision ground piece of metal. So you're going to typically want a dovetail to be kind of controlled.
But if that whole part split into something and then the dovetail fits into that, everything would want to be pretty nice.
Right, right. Okay.
And you know what, Mike, I noticed on the picture for the dovetail? Where is it? Finger guide, tool holder, safety key. Where was the dovetail? So see how at the front here it's 60 degrees, but in the back that angle is 50.
No, 50 is the distance down.
Okay, good.
That's what that is.
Yeah, there is no degree.
Right.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Because I was, yeah.
So again, it controls the functionality of it, right? But you see how a lot of students will try to keep this aligned up with here and come right across there. A lot of students will want to do this right here. Ooh. Now, surprisingly enough, that looks terrible, right? Yeah. But that's what gets turned in.
Do you think they're following that 0.5 thing a little too
Exactly,
hard?
exactly.
Okay.
But
They're not using intuition.
it's not like in chemistry. What are you told in chemistry in the different?
The formulas and do not veer from the formula.
Okay, but when you have different orbits, what do you do with those orbits and all your electrons and so forth? Before you go to the next orbit, what do you have to do usually? Fill them up, right?
I don't know. I don't think
It, depending on the orbit, some hold 2, some hold 8.
Usually you'll fill up the orbits before you go to the next orbit, right?
Right.
So a lot of students will say, well, I've got room on my first dimension line. I've got to put all the dimensions there. You do not have to do that. Just simply, if you looked at that right there and moved that out there, you just clarified that 100 times fold, having it. Just by doing that little simple thing right there. Does that make sense? You okay with that, Kurt? Okay. So, that's how I do that now. So that's 2 features. We have 2 more features. We have our slot here, and we have these angles here, right? Okay, now, a couple of things. Oh, this is easy. I'm trying to do a different concept, but this is going to let me do it. We need to do it on the safety sheet. Okay, now, let's do the slot first. What measurements do I have for the slot? Number 1, I need to know how deep it goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I need to know how far in it comes right here, correct? Now, what you tell me, is the slot critical?
the slot is critical.
Okay,
Probably.
so in this situation, let's say the slot is critical. I want to control it.
That's what lines up your dovetail. That's going to line up on top of that.
Okay. So what we would do then is we would want to come in here now. We would definitely want to get a dimension from here to here, right? How deep it goes. Then we would want to go from here to here. Now, would I want to go from here to here or from here to here? Because I need to know how wide it is right here, right? Now, could I put 2x right here? On the 1. Could I do that?
I say you could.
Okay, so if we went ahead and went in here now and put 2x. Right like that. Okay, now, let's see if we can decide what this is doing, okay? Now, we have right now a part that looks like this here, right? Right like that, correct? Now, we know that this dimension here is coming down here, right? We're putting our 2.25 in here, right? Now, we just came over here and put a dimension right here, and that's 1 inch, right? Now, let's pretend that that's a 3 decimal place dimension, okay? Our overall, what's our overall here?
The overall is 2.62.
It says 2.625. Let's go to 3 decimal. Let's pretend it's 3 decimal places. Okay. Now, let's pretend down in our title block that for a XXX, which is 3 decimal places, that is equal to plus or minus 5,000. Okay? That makes sense? So, if we want this slot here should be 0.625, that's how wide that slot should be, really, if we were going to 3 decimal places. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, we round it. If they only gave you 6
but I just want to show you a concept
but
here.
Theoretically, if they only gave you 2, you wouldn't do 5. You would do 0.
Right. Because, okay, but now, let's say that we put 2x right here. Okay? That make sense? So we're saying that this is 1 inch and that's 1 inch right there, correct? We are forgetting about this right here. But what we want to do is, we know that this wants to be 0.625 plus or minus 5 thousandths, right? So that could be 0.630 or 0.620. It could be anywhere in there, right?
Oh, well, yeah.
That makes sense to you?
Yeah, that's funny though. The plus or minus 5 doesn't sound like so much, but that's 10.
It gives you a total of 10, right?
Yeah.
Now, the overall is this right here, so we get 2.630, 2.620, right? That's our overall width right here, correct? Okay, now, let's say that this one here now could be 1.005 or 0.995, right? Does that make sense? 1 inch plus or minus? Set it up that way, right? So what? Just set it up that way, right? Yeah, because I just said for a 3 decimal place, the general tolerance, unless it's specified differently, is what's in the title block, the plus or minus 5 thousandths. Okay? Now, let's say that we build our part right here. And we built that at 2.621. Is the part okay so far? Am I in my tolerance zone?
You're in. No, you're out. No, yeah, you're in. Sorry.
I'm in my tolerance zone, right? Okay, barely, but it's acceptable, right? Yeah. So now we come over here now. And I say, okay, what happens if I build this slot here and this side is 1.003? Is it in my tolerance? Is that okay?
Yes, it is.
It's okay, right? I come around now and I machine this in from the other side. Say, if I put 2 times right here now, this is specifying 2 times, right? But now, just because I do it here, could I possibly get a different tolerance here? I could, couldn't I? It's the other side of the part, right?
Yeah.
So let's say I come over here and I get a 1.004. Is that okay?
Well, then you add them together, right?
Okay. So now, if I add those together now, but again, I want to hit that tolerance right there, right? So I have 2.007, right? With these 2 added up, right? And then I have 2.621 right here as my overall, right? So if I subtract these, I get 0.614. So what just happened to me?
You got outside your tolerance.
I'm outside, I'm too small, right? So if I try to shove a bar that's anywhere from 0.620 to 630,
in a 614 gap.
right. Are you with me?
Yeah, it would help my brain if you drew like different pictures, but I think I get it. Like you're changing your tolerance, or you're changing the amount of error, right? You're focusing.
I'm trying to bring in what is acceptable and permissible to build this part.
Basically, you're describing.
Because right here now.
So is that the flaw of putting 2 times of 1 inch then?
Well, yeah.
But that's the problem with doing that?
See, right here. here, see right there, the 3 decimal place, this one happens to have plus or minus 10 right here. You see that?
Yeah, even more.
But just because you throw a dimension on a drawing, it's a perfect dimension, right?
Yeah.
You can draw it perfect, right?
We can.
It cannot be made perfect.
Cool.
Because if you say, I want that 5 inches, you say, well, yeah, anyone can make it 5 inches, but you can't.
No.
It cannot be 5 inches and be perfectly flat, can it? Because you have little surface variations too, right? And so you have to have a plus or minus on it. So
Okay.
every
Like
single
with wood,
dimension.
You're tolerant it when you're framing.
Exactly.
Wood starts to grow.
Exactly. You have a tolerance and a variation of play on every single dimension. That's why I tell students, if you were to make a cube that would say 2 inches by 3 inches by 2 inches, and that's all you gave right there, that would be impossible to build. Impossible. Because you have a tolerance, if there's no tolerance associated with it, you cannot make it exactly 2. It might be 2.0001, which is, 1/10,000 is how much? 1,000 is, there's 3 thousandths in a sheet of paper. So it'd be 100 times less than 1/3 of a sheet of paper. Does that make sense? If you go 0.0001, but that's not exact, is it? 0.0001, it's not exact.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you have to have a tolerance, and so.
Okay, so should we start including those in our drawing?
Well, it's in the title block.
Yeah.
That's why I gave you that title block.
For something like the dovetail, should we tighten up our tolerance from 10 to 5?
Well, you might have to. Again, it's the function of the part.
Yeah.
The function of the part.
With the dovetail, I would probably tighten the tolerance.
What I'm trying to say to you though is, if you had something split in there, then you wouldn't do this 2x here, would you? You would do one of them, and then you would control this and let the slot be taken up over here.
Wow, crazy.
Are you with me? What I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I am. Wow. Okay. So when we did inside the dovetail down the bottom right, our 2x 60, is the slot being taken up by the other angle, or is it going out to the other side?
See, if you have 2x, then your slot is on the other. Your slot becomes in the dovetail here now.
So
see, what we did is this, and then we just put a 2x here now. We just said there's 2 angles of 60 here, right?
is that how they build the part?
Because I gave you, we put how wide we want that, and I gave the angle.
And that's the edge, that's the gate they're measuring off of with the mill. They have
Right.
They have the part that comes and pinches the part, and then they have the wall that never moves.
Right.
And they put that against the wall that never moves. They measure off of that, and they measure further and further off of that, and that will always be the same. And then the slot is taken off on the
So
outside.
this is where my slot is, right here.
Okay, so it's working from one side to the outside.
Yep.
If that's the way the part works. Wow.
You see how critical you have to be.
Yeah.
And you remember when I told you a couple of weeks ago that learning how to dimension from drawings out of a book is the hardest way to do it, because you have no idea, well, what does dovetail fit on? You have no idea, do you? So you have to decide what is critical and what's not critical, and then you dimension accordingly. Now, does that mean everyone in here, all 3 of you, are going to determine it exactly the same? No. But as long as you dimension a certain way, as long as you can justify how you dimension, that's what I want to question you on. Okay. That you understand the concept when you put a dimension is what's going on. Okay? Okay, so we can see that in here, we would probably not want that 2x right here, correct? Correct. So we would come in here then. And then we would put a dimension here. Now, everything tells me that this is exactly what I should do right there, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Now, question for you.
Yes.
So what?
Can you go out so that,
Okay.
or
Now,
just a little more? Can you drag it a little more?
we could, or we can come in here now and say, let me come in here now and change this number right here to 0.03.
Which, the one, the dimension line extension?
Text offset.
Text offset.
Offset, yeah. It's the one that has 0.09 down in the text right there, that text offset right there. That number you can modify. Don't ever change the text height. Don't ever do that, okay? Change text offset.
And we change it to what?
Anything you want.
Oh, can I just drag it out then instead of change my settings?
If you want to, if you want to. But now, look at this, these three dimensions lined up right there determine where the slot is, right there, those three. With no confusion, do they?
Why do some of my arrows go on the outside of my dimensions and some go on the inside?
Because of that text offset number we're changing.
Okay, so that makes your arrows come on the inside.
Yeah, you force them on the inside, but you don't do it globally, just individually.
Oh, so that's part of that property.
Yes,
And just that individual property, I'm
Yes.
making it permanent.
yes,
All right.
okay? Now, so I've done this feature totally right here, haven't I? Okay?
Do I want to grow that 0.9 or shrink that 0.9?
Well, that's the distance from here to here. If you need more room to force everything in, do you want to make that greater or smaller?
Is this the room from the number to the
From the number
dimension
to
line?
there, that distance right
From the
there.
number to the dimension line, then yeah, so we want to decrease the amount of
That's right. That's right.
0.5.
Did it work for 0.5?
0.05, yeah, it works for 0.05.
Okay. And sometimes it will, and if, you know, if you go to another one, you might have to 0.04. You see what I'm saying? But you can force them in, right?
Yeah.
That's what that number does.
Should my arrows be lining up completely?
You better believe they
My
better.
arrows aren't
They
lining
better.
up.
They better line up.
Damn it, I get it.
And they're easy to line up.
Can I click and drag?
Okay, now look, if I put this dimension in here, I'm gonna go to linear from here to here. I come out here, look, there's the endpoint right there.
Okay, so
They're exactly lined up.
I just need to erase this and just start again. So.
Do what now? Yeah. Because I don't need it now, do I? Over here, yeah, exactly. We want to keep that black out of the top of the chamfer, or do we want the, you know, this side or this side here? Top side. Then you have two flat surfaces on the top, on the right. On the right. Flat surfaces way on the right, right there. Is there any significance to those you want to present? No, because that's gonna be our overall, when we put our overall width on it. Okay? That makes sense now? Okay, so now we're gonna do this one here. So we could do this a couple of different ways, this angle. We could come in here, put a dimension from here to here, put him out there, and from here to here, and put him out there. But now, if you turn that in, does that look very good or confusing? No, it would focus the error on the top of the chest. Right here, right? Yeah, that's why that is very. No. But again, if I went to properties now and changed this right here.
A little property, I like And then you could just I had to change 1.3 just now to get my arrow size.
Exactly.
That doesn't really, well, it matters, but, are we coming off that 0.5, or are you just lining that up by hand?
Well, I got one and everything else is pretty well lined up.
So yeah, so like you line up the one with 0.5 and then you line everything up by eye.
I might be maybe 2,000 or 3,000 off.
But this is just to keep it looking nice.
Yeah.
It's like one mechanic told me, he said, I'm pretty good with torquing the bolts so much that he doesn't need to use the torque wrench all the time because he knows it by feel. So
you get it by feel.
So Mike is the kind of master sensei who
I can get down with that.
who is able to do a lot of it by feel.
And a lot of times what makes it easy now, if you come over here now, now see this one here, now question for you. First we made this one off, you can't see it. Darn it. Okay, you see this line right here, and you have a line right here, right? You see where I'm pointing right here? Very faintly. Line. Yeah. See this line here on my screen. And then you have another line about right here.
A grid line or?
Yeah,
right.
A grid line.
Okay.
That's a half inch from there to there.
I don't see the second one, I see the first one.
It's very faint right in there.
Well, you can see
I'll
it.
believe you. You know what? I'll take your word.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, this object is that far below that grid line, right?
Oh,
okay, so
you kind of hide under that.
exactly. That's all I'm doing. I'm just looking at my grid point. That's all I'm doing.
Thanks.
Okay?
And that'll save you a ton of time.
Yeah.
No one's going to go through your dimension lines and really measure that.
No, they won't.
But they will, it will reflect upon you.
But if this looks like this here,
Yeah.
does that look very professionally done right there?
No.
It doesn't, does it? Okay? Now, question for you now, if you have this here now, yeah, I can just pull him right over.
Oh,
there.
what?
So you can line those up.
I've been deleting stuff to do that.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you like that, or you pull this out here maybe? Which one do you like there now? Now remember, this is.
It does clarify, yeah.
It clarifies it, right?
Yeah.
If you're doing a drawing, what are you gonna wanna do?
Make it clear for the person to build
That's
it.
what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Now, again, this is one way of doing an angle. The other way would be to do an angular. Now, you don't want it going through there, do you?
No.
Okay, so now this is one situation where I'd probably put him right there. Does that make sense?
I put the angle in. Wait, but did you get rid of that 0.72?
I did. I told you there's two ways of doing angles now, right?
So you got your rise and your run, but 125 and 7.722, or you just tell me the angle.
Or you have a distance and an angle from that distance point.
Okay.
Now, I told you on the other one to make the length of this one the same length as this one here, right?
Yeah, but in this case.
Exactly. In this case, it would come right over into here, right? And so you keep it back a little bit.
You chose the horizontal top line, right?
This one here.
Yep. And then you choose the other
show you another way of doing it here. Let's erase this here. Now again, I found this point and then I shot the angle off here, right?
Yeah, I didn't see that part.
Okay, now what if I do this here now?
Yeah, but on the drawing, it says the 30 degrees on the inside of that.
Okay,
Would that be acceptable?
but did I do this here? Did I do that?
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
what comes to mind is that you are now measuring the angle off of a slop
Exactly.
point.
Exactly.
Instead of on the top,
Exactly.
you are measuring from.
100% exactly.
Okay.
Yes. I'm just trying to get some different scenarios here going. Okay? Because remember, this right here, if you have an angle coming in and trying to measure off an exact point here, just a little fluctuation with your angle can change that considerably, can it? It's hard to control that.
Yes.
Okay? So the preferred method would be that right there. That would be the preferred method, right there.
Can you show me how you shot that again? Because I'm having this problem.
How it shot what?
So I'm clicked on angular, right? I'm selected
Take
angular.
this line,
Okay, this line.
and then this line here.
Oh, I made that way harder than I need to be. Sorry.
Okay? Now, all of our features are 100% finished, aren't they?
All the features are, yeah.
And you never ever put your overall measurements on until you are all finished. Okay? Now, question for you. The width. There's kind of no, there's no, it goes right there, right?
Yeah.
Because here we got extra long lines here. We got a whole bunch going on here. So let's do the width here. You okay with that, everybody?
I'm fine with that.
Yep.
What about my height now?
Probably on that same one.
Okay.
I'd like that, don't you think?
Okay. Tell me your thoughts on that. What are your thoughts on that? What about her height? You brought this up to me before class.
The front view.
Okay. We have this measurement here. It's coming off the height here. It kind of has reference for this.
Right.
That's one thought.
That's one thought, yes.
I would probably put it over here because
right.
you're going to mill this separate. So really, the height, width, and depth don't matter. They don't correspond to anything. You get your part, and then you start machining from what you have your part machined at. Okay, does that make sense? So I would probably prefer to put the height right here. Right over there, okay? Now our depth. Now our depth is the same thing. We have a bunch of here referenced off coming in here, but we have this one here also. So again, it's a preference whether to put the depth here or here.
Right.
And you've already broken the rule and put one on the outside here, one on the outside here. So it makes zero difference.
So the depth could be very well.
It could be
on that top view.
It could be here or it could be here. You see, I've already got one down here and I've already got one over here, right?
Right. I like it on the bottom of the other part.
Right here.
We're probably looking at that one.
Okay. I would probably agree. Because usually people know what the right side looks like, the top, some have a kind of a hard idea about multi-view drawing. So that's probably how I would mention that one right there. Now, so again, if you wanted to here now, you could very easily move this out here more if you thought that would be clarify it better. Does that make sense?
So I zoom in on the tippy point of that arrow, and it'll come up a little thing, or how did you do that?
Click it, there should be three, if you click it, you click the dimension, you see the three, you got actually five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Copy. Just grab the center one and drag him out.
Oh, yeah,
That's all you're doing. Okay, now, if you put him here, it would be 7/8 from here. So it'd be a 1/2 inch for your first one, and then 3/8 for each additional dimension you put here. Okay? But you know that 3/8 is less than a 1/2 inch, right? So this distance cannot be greater than that distance right there. Are you with me okay on that? So that's how that one should be dimensioned. Now, let's get a hard one. What was the hardest drawing you had to dimension? You name it.
Let me have a look.
Let's see, you're literally the hardest one. Now,
Can we shred this?
This one,
you bet.
this one had a lot of difficulty about the arc. Let's see. This one's got fairly,
Yeah, I like this one.
fairly difficult.
I like this one here. Because there's a couple other concepts I want to bring into play.
Yeah, this one has
Yeah.
the tip, and then it's got the cutouts
Yep.
that are hidden,
Yep.
and this cutout on the tip, and it's got all kinds.
Do you have the safety key on this thumb drive?
No, I have to put it for you.
Okay, let me see if I happen to have it, okay? I might.
I'll be happy to put it for you. What is that one called?
The safety key.
Safety key. Yes, I got it on my K drive.
Okay, yeah, I don't have it on this one. I thought I had
Just close this drawing, and then let's eject the drive, and I'll copy it.
Okay.
So go here and right click on this fake send disk and do eject. Eject right here.
Eject. Okay.
It says,
Try
we
again.
still need to close it in AutoCAD.
Okay.
It complains.
Okay.
So now let's do eject again.
Okay. So I just want to go to here.
Yeah. File Explorer. And eject on that. Oh, now it's not giving us eject anymore.
I can
Try again.
Let me see if it'll get me there. I can just come down here.
Or you can eject.
I can just come down here and eject here.
Yeah.
Currently in use. It's not either in use.
It wants you to close all of AutoCAD now.
Oh,
No, you minimized it, didn't close it. Or, okay, that was try again. Eject again. Sorry, Mike. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, it's coming. It's coming. It's just that if you don't eject, it can get
After about 6 months,
bad blocks, or the flash based drives, you know, they're good for speed and compactness and everything, but when they die quickly.
So what?
What printer is in here again?
7112 and 609.
712.
Okay, so not 609.
Mike, it's
No.
ready for you.
Okay.
So you can either open it from within CAD or
712.
yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
Are you doing this for, is this going to actually be built? Oh, very cool. Is it a gate valve?
Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna hurry and go through the safety key. Okay?
Door?
Yeah, I got that. Let's,
Yeah, you can drop that. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Oh, cool. Is this being thrown away?
no.
You sure? I'll throw it away for you if you want. Is this that?
That's a locomotive engine.
That's really how they work? I thought that was just like a steam port or here and here. So it's like you were saying, there's no such thing as a perfect thing. There's no such thing as a perfect gear either, right? There's always energy loss because of the imperfection.
Yeah. I gotta find a time when I'm not doing anything. and screw this thing together.
You know what I want to do is I want to make a solar steam locomotive engine. So you have this big parabolic mirror with a high pressure canister, and then you're pushing steam to turn a little stator.
That's actually one way of how electricity is generated.
I serve solar services and stuff like that. It's so cool. The solar furnaces are so cool to me.
Okay, I tell you what, let's go through dimensioning this one here, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. What's the name of that again, so I can find it?
Safety key.
What's the name?
Have you dimensioned this one, Kurt? I don't have that one at all. Okay.
I have a question about that pink line you got. Oh, because you got the center line.
Center line.
Okay, so now, okay.
I'll watch it. Okay.
Don't tell me, insert, insert,
More options.
Mm-hmm.
You see more options?
oh, I went to the wrong insert. Okay, going home, going back to insert, where are you?
You're right there.
Okay, insert.
Then more options. And then browse.
Browse.
And go find it. Okay. That's all you have to do.
Special object, oh yeah, center line, opening. I don't change any of those, okay, where'd it go? Oh, I have to click the place, right?
Uh-huh. Okay. But before you move your center lines around, let's go through the dimensioning here. And then, you know, I think that's geometric construction drawing you think might be a challenge for it.
Geometric construction.
You want
I'm
to,
still not super familiar with the lingo. Is that
that's like that.
is that the individual?
Yeah. Geometric construction.
Watch it work for me this time. I select it, determine the color, I go to center line, there you go, center. Take it out. having that same problem in, all that stuff.
I mean, Mike,
That's a little far away there, you know, but
I mean,
it's getting sense better.
these guys, this, and this guys are kind of in the same category. This one is challenging because it's got so many fillets, some that are not even finished.
Right.
This one might be a simpler one
Okay, let's do that one. We'll do that one.
to do.
Okay, after we mention this one, we'll do that, because I think everyone should have that one, right?
I have that one.
Okay,
I even put that one into Inventor.
okay. That's one that we'll draw then, okay? Okay, number one feature we have right here is check this notch out right here, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so how are we gonna dimension it? What view are we gonna dimension that in?
The notch, probably that front view, right?
Because it shows it right there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna dimension it now. If I go from here to here. So I dimension that notch, right? Is that right?
Yep.
No, well, you're saying where the space is, and then where you give that example where you show the space is, and then where the space isn't. So you probably go down to bottom right and dimension the bottom right. Right, where you're marking where the material is. Yeah.
Like that, right there.
That's what you said last time, right?
Critical concept and understand. Critical.
I understood it then, is that what?
Yes, yes, you did. You did. You did. Okay. The next feature now.
Yeah, let me move all my stuff apart from each other, that's basically what I mentioned, sorry. A little slow, but I will catch up, I will get faster. Ortho on. Actually, sorry about that.
Now, we're going to clean these up here, okay? Now, there's a couple ways we can do that. I can put a dimension now from here to here. And yes, come out to here.
Is there a setting I should be adding to my thing to get my arrows on the inside of my line? That's my annotation.
You just change that with that number we've been talking about.
Okay, but I have to do that every single time. I can't do that in my annotation.
Well, it is, and it works if there's enough room.
Mine doesn't. Oh, mine's to a tighter tolerance. Mine's at 4 digits. So let me go to the annotation real quick and change down my amount of zeros, eh? So I go precision. I'm gonna turn my precision down to the thousandth. Okay. Okay. Set current. Oh, I lost it earlier. Yeah. Wait for me, guys. Enter. Okay. And so off that tip of that point, you can't really hit 0.5 or else it'll be in that triangle, right?
Right.
So you kind of just drag it out.
So you look at your grid,
About a half inch off there.
now, let me ask you that question. Does this one show it better, or does this here?
The top view shows it
The
way
top.
One better shows it, right?
It's way better.
Because this could actually be a filleted around, it could be a chamfered edge right there, right? Now, even though we have a long line, this clarifies this a lot more what's going on, doesn't it, right here? Okay.
I'm gonna change it so my arrow's going in. Oh no, you're keeping your arrows on the outside of that, eh? With the 0.5?
Yeah, because there's not enough room.
There's not enough room. Got it. And I gotta do this one real quick here.
So, that gives us the overall shape now, right? Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more features to do here, correct? Because all we've done, 5, 6, yeah, all we counted this one here. So we got like 5 or 6 more features to do on here. Feature number 1. Let's do this back slot here. Does this show it better here, or does this show it, or does this show that back slot?
The back slot, the top view shows that.
Okay? So now, do I want to go ahead? I know I need to give me a depth right there, right? Okay? Now, on this one here, you can just grab that and move him in the inside there. Okay? That makes sense? Now, my other dimension then is going to be, I've got to do this slot here now. Now, do you want the slot pretty well contained here, or do you want this side here to be more precise? This slot or this out here?
You probably want the inside slot to be the most precise,
Okay.
and then every slot at the end, eh?
Probably correct. So go from there to there and just line them up right there. Okay? That makes sense? Guess what? That's that feature all finished, isn't it? Because when you do that feature now, you knew it, right? Now let me give you a little hint.
I'm actually having some struggle because all of my text and all of my stuff is coming up differently. I didn't change my annotation. And how do I get to the point where I don't have to change my annotation every time? Sure.
Annotation.
Yeah.
That's what I told you.
Every single drawing, it's now, this should be 0.15, right?
That's what I told you, Niels, because
No, you told me to delete it and create a new template file.
Right, with the correct settings, right? And that's what you have to
I've
do.
just been doing it every time.
No.
So,
You have to do, that's what a template file is all about.
and that was, well,
So,
let's
let's go through this.
yeah. Let me just change my annotation real quick. 125. What's really critical? My 125 symbols and arrows. Text needs to be point.
Arrow length.
Text size needs to be 125. Arrow length needs to be what?
125 also.
Arrow size. Yep. Oh man.
Okay. Now, this feature is right here, here, or here. What view do I want to dimension that in? This feature here. There, or there.
I'll venture and say the right side
Okay.
because that's where we see the depth of
Right
it.
side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dimension that.
Why are you dimensioning on the outside?
Messed up all my stuff, it pulled all my dimensions outside of my dimension line. Damn, you guys are fast. Yeah. I'm not fast. I gotta delete all this crap. I messed up.
Well, then watch me, I do this, okay, so then we'll do this.
I'm on with you, guys.
Okay, now, so here's this slot right here. Okay? The question, did I dimension it right?
The slot, the slot.
This one here, the slot right here, did I dimension it correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, Dirk, did he? Did I? This slot here, did I dimension it correctly?
Well, I guess, wait a second, no, you already dimensioned it on the other side, and that doesn't even match.
Here?
Yeah, you dimensioned it up there already.
This is this slot here. This is this right here, isn't it? Two different features, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
Yeah, because we, the slot on one of the sides. Okay? What do you say? Or you can push the one up, 7/8, one up to here? Yeah. Okay? Okay. I want to let you know you're both wrong. Let me explain why. I think when you build a part and you start inspecting, you want to start from the same surface, inspect the part, right? So you want to dimension from that same surface. Oh, that's not good. This surface right here is this surface right here, isn't it?
Yep.
Does that make sense? So I need all this reference from this side here.
To represent that
To be in
unmovable
the same
place where they
orientation.
jam it into the pipe.
So I can reference off to this edge here. Now, is that right there?
No.
So I need to get this, I can drag him over to there. Like that, correct? Then this one here now. I can move him over there, correct? See, now we're referencing from the same surf edge, right?
Yeah.
Super critical concept. Super critical concept, actually. Okay? Now, let's do this angle. We can just maybe, well, we've corrected it on you. But most students now, what they're going to do is they're going to come in here and do an angular measurement from here to here and put that right there. And they're going to call it good. But what doesn't that bring into relationship here? How that B could be rotated slightly, right?
Yeah, you need a kind of a center line of
That's
sorts.
right. Now, I could do that now by dimensioning from here to here now.
Right.
And let's go bring this out right to there. And then I want to kick the arrows on the inside to go back to properties. And I change that same number right there, maybe to 0.03. Let's get that one. There. Now, do I need to put 2x on this one? I don't, because I reference here and then 60, right?
Oh, you're keeping the 60
Yeah.
and the 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanna maintain that 60, that's like the width of a slot or something. Now, did you see why I stayed back from this edge here a little bit, right? You don't wanna go right up to that edge, you wanna stay back a little bit. Again, I just changed that distance between here. You see how it's different from here, right? Okay. Now let's do this little slot right here. I need to know, I have the angle right. I need to know how far down it comes and how far in it comes. So to give the in distance here now, I'm going to go here to here, and I want him to be lined up with the outermost, yeah, right there. Don't go a half inch out from here. Now I need this one here now. I'm going to have to move this one out here. I'll move him back in just a minute. But now we'll do a linear dimension now from here to here now. And I want him lined up with here. And then I can move this one back in here now. And I can put her up here. Or maybe right here. Okay, how many of you say that looks good?
Can you move the arrow to the side to 68?
Okay, how do I do that, Kurt?
You click it, and then you select properties, and then you go down to that number. Change it to 3 or something.
Yep, exactly. Now that looks a lot more readable, right?
It also makes sure there's no confusion.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, some people would argue that where you're coming back in here, you have this top surface, you might want this dimension up there. Okay, does that make sense?
Once again, if what's most critical is taking the space out, then yeah.
Exactly. This is probably how I would do it, because you could come down and reference off of this and zero your machine out and just go down 44, 440,000, and you're right there. You don't have to come up and then come down. Does that make sense? Yeah. You see what I kind of want you to do on all your drawings here now?
Think?
Well, yeah. You
Yeah.
understand the layout concept is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
As long as you have.
And put those in practice, and then have you question us on it.
Well, that's the thing. It's to think.
Exactly. So now, the only thing I have left now is to locate my hole. Now, in the drawing, I think it's mentioned this from here over, right? I think that's the number they give you. But I would prefer to dimension it maybe from this edge over to here. And then I want to go from here to here.
Well, they kind of give you both. They make you add. They go from the
From here
out
to here, right?
from outer edge. Yeah. And then from there to there. So they make you add.
Separate feature, right?
Yes, it is.
So that's how you do it. And then you can go ahead and dimension your diameter here. And just click it, and click it again, and grab that box here, just come down here, kind of align him up there, and you've got that dimension right there. Okay? Does that make sense?
Mike,
Yes.
it's a silly question perhaps. What's the decision making between choosing a radius measurement or a diameter measurement?
Mainly, if you're gonna be boring or drilling, you want diameter.
Diameter.
If you're gonna do a fillet or some kind of a rake,
Or an arc?
on an arch, you usually go with the
Radius.
Because if you're drilling it, you don't want to say, well, radius of a.
Right, of a drill bit, yeah.
30 seconds drill bit,
Yeah.
okay? But again, this measurement has got to be aligned up with your outside out. Okay, now all we have left is to put our overall. Now, it makes kind of sense to put the overall depth here and height here. Oh, yeah. Doesn't it? Oh, yeah.
Right.
But our width is the one up for graph where we want to put it. You got right there, you got the dimensions outside on it. Yeah, but I gotta do one more thing here. I gave all this right here, but I've got to technically, once I do this, I probably should put a measurement from here to here. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm feeling the center right now. I'm getting over the strain. Like when you take the side of my object. Yes. Now what's wrong? Okay, now what's wrong with that right there? Arrows. Exactly. This line right here is the dimension line for the 70, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It comes into the 50 right here.
Right.
So now if you click here and go to property, change it to 0.03. See if that takes care of it. Now, is that easier to read?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's switch to the 50 as well. Right here. So this one says it has a dual purpose right here. Now, if you wanted to, there's no reason to think you cannot do this right here.
Oh, wow.
That's what's required.
Like a ladder.
Yeah. Now that takes all the guesswork out of it right there, doesn't it?
Can you leave that up for a sec? Like, I just changed all my annotations. And,
So, yeah, where do we want to put our total width?
Either go off the front view at the bottom by going 0.875 on top of the others, or on the top of the top view. No, you can't do the top view because we're going to be going over the angular measurements and everything. So we can't actually. So
this would be the best place right here.
Yeah.
I would probably agree with you too.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that drawing right there. That's right. And you've got it right there.
can you leave that up on the screen for just a sec? I'm sorry, guys. Would you print that for me? I didn't have the drawing. Oh, you print that for me and put my name on it, please? That's what I thought. You just print it for me. I can't put my name on it. I guess that works. Yeah, maybe make 2 copies of that. I have a lot of thank you yours once you're done with it.
You know, as I was looking around, I discovered a site of which I imagine exists many. I think it's called CAD Grab.
Yes.
It's an exchange site for drawings.
Like cheers,
Not necessarily.
or just,
If it's a drawing related to some kind of open source piece for a 3D printer, or you know, people just put up drawings, but it's quite possible that some of these drawings are up on there as well.
A lot of them are. GrabCAD has a lot of 3D models in it too.
So it's actually kind of a famous name, huh?
yeah. Okay, so, just so I'm clear, in my, like, once I create my standard template with my line weight, my, all this stuff, and the change my dimension stuff, that will be my
Protect it like your
Yeah.
most precious thing.
It already disappeared once. You have a blank template? Well, actually, I have a template I can turn into a blank template.
No, I can give you a drawing that I have. You can erase everything.
You just
and-
erase the drawing, you have a template.
yeah,
And
and
save it as a template?
yeah.
Is it not a DWG, but it's a template?
You can make your template out of a DWG
Well,
file.
I mean, that's what I'm
Right.
doing.
There isn't
My
really
old drawings, erased it, that's my
Yeah.
template.
there isn't
But
really a
now I'm scared, you know, that I don't have proof of the, my pudding is lacking in proof.
Okay? So, what we're gonna do then, now, is, do you remember this drawing here? We're gonna draw this one right here. This is on top of that geometry, does everyone have that sheet?
we're gonna actually draw it, Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
That was all.
So new, no, not new. I'm gonna open it.
Oh, shit, but now, are you gonna do my annotation again?
Let's see, what's the
Well, we aren't gonna dimension this, we're just gonna draw this
boiler stay?
Okay,
okay?
open, let me get a new template. Down to plant one, yeah.
You taking a picture of this, right?
Actually,
You wanna bring me out one of those little small papers so I can catch up later today? Yeah, catch up. Is there another pizza delivered here or what? Does that even work?
I think so.
the front door is not locked.
Oh, let me grab this. Hello? Yeah. Oh, you were?
Is today the 22nd, guys? Oh,
I haven't reset it, no, that's my fault, I haven't had a chance to go turn it off. Okay. I will do that, okay? Appreciate it, okay? Thank you. Bye. Okay, we ready to go on this one?
I
There's
am.
2 copies back there.
I am.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, first of all, what's the first thing you do to draw this one? On the, boiler thing?
I probably started with the bottom view and drew the base line, the one that's got the 110
Okay.
on it.
But that only goes from center to center, doesn't it?
Well, I drew a line and then 2 perpendicular lines. Yeah, just to kind of get started.
Okay. It's kind of you have to use them both to really get the full length.
So you're doing.
Basically, you know, draw a bottom line, draw 1 perpendicular one, so you get 1 starting point.
Yeah.
And then off of that point, you can move left or right or up or down or.
One big thing as well, we need to change our annotation to metric. Right?
Right, but you don't change it right now, you change one number when you start dimensioning, but we don't dimension this drawing.
Right, the scale, yeah.
Are we in agreement that you guys do one horizontal center line and then offset two other lines, 25 up and 25 down?
I wouldn't say center line. It's a base of the part.
Yeah, it's not literally a line. It's just a scaffolding line. Okay. So
Well, it will become an object line. It's just that at first I just draw it. Well, you can actually type in 110. I can type in 130 in there and get a humongous metric line. And
so this is the one drawing that they want to do 3 views out of, basically. All the other ones are just simple single drawings on the whole page. So see what I did?
yeah, that's
Here?
kind of what it,
Horizontal line here.
just one line.
Offset this up 25 and down 25.
Are you doing that in object or are you doing kind of a different line?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Just drawing. You do it in the right layer.
He's in the dimension layer right now, but yeah, it's just a matter of going into.
So we're going to offset 25. We're going to go up 25, down 25, and my center line is over. We'll do that. 110, right?
I'm just trying to get my first line laid out. So I'm just trying to get a grip of what you guys are doing.
I drew a line here. I drew a line here. I offset that 25, 25, 110.
Okay, that's what I thought I was saying.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Okay. So, the only thing I like, okay.
Oh, okay, you're drawing the top view. Okay.
Yes, this is the top view.
You do that, space bar, and then you're doing another line, horizontal. Doesn't matter the length, right? Okay, and we're gonna offset 25 each direction. Ooh, that went way up there for me. Oh yeah, it's for you guys too, huh?
Okay, so offset 50, Mike.
Yeah.
Wait, I guess I'll let you zoom out far enough.
Zoom all.
Zoom all. Z, and
Z inner, A inner.
So you did a couple of fillets at the top with radius 0.
Yes, exactly.
And then you extended those lines.
you went 50 back from your original starting line here.
That's 50, right?
And then extended that one, which for me is going to be a trim situation. Trim.
That makes sense?
Trying to get the thing to cooperate. Okay, and then now we extend that line out there. Looks like what you did.
I just built, which line? This one here?
Yeah, he might extended
Yeah, I
it,
just extended that line.
which is 110. So there's going to be more magic happening.
Okay, so you guys now created a box that looks, or half of a box.
Yeah. Well, those corners are no, yeah.
Did you extend or what did you do?
He did fill it with radius 0, and those corners are basically locations of the holes.
But how did they get so long? Your top and bottom horizontal lines, they're huge.
25.
This is 25 here. This is 50 here.
Draw an arbitrary line.
Here? No.
No, those were 25 offset.
That's 25 up, 25 down.
Okay, I got that, but what, okay, horizontally, your length horizontally is pretty long compared to what mine looks like.
This one here?
No, well, yeah, but all of those. That one is really long.
That's okay.
How did you get,
I just had a little line here when I offset. That's all.
and then how did you extend that?
Did a fill with the radius to 0.
Okay, so you offset once more to, so this is 50 right here, right?
Okay, do a fill it now.
To there.
Yeah. You don't have your 110, do you?
That's what I don't have. I was wondering, I was like, what? That's, okay, so we'll fill it.
Put that in. Okay, now look, your radius is 1 now, right?
So
R enter, 0 enter. Now pick that line and that line in. That's all we did. Space bar.
Okay, and then now I offset this one once more.
In. That's it. There you go.
Now extend that
Now
line.
send that out there. That's all we did. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sorry, thanks for catching me up.
So those
I'm super slow sometimes.
Those are just some of those basic things that if you practice them, you'll get it down pat.
Right.
Is my intersection to that need to be in the center, like you guys all look all nice and centered up?
Now what?
See how you butt up on the far right of the screen, your extension line that comes out, then
Here?
butts up there, yeah, should it need to be in the center of that line?
No, mine's not.
Okay, well, it looks really nice.
All you need to do is find that point right there. That's all you need. Right? How far down? 110 from here to here. Okay, so now all we got to do here now is let's draw us a circle with there's 3 circles, right? What's the diameter? 12?
12.
Let's draw us 3 circles. 1, 2, 3 with 12. Center diameter, right? Well, now I'm going to copy mine from that point to that point and to that point.
And you grab the outside edge to copy and drag it, right?
And take the center point here, because I have a center point here. That's where you want it, isn't it?
Yes, that is, and I gotta take my O snap off to get it out and around. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Another one way out, too.
Okay, now just put this one up in here.
So this is two total, 2 all day.
Yeah.
Are you planning to mirror?
Okay. Now, I'm going to do a radius here of, what is it, 18
on the outer one, yes.
I'm sure it's 18. So now we're going to draw a circle with a radius of 18, right?
That's right.
From the center.
Yeah. Like that.
Did you copy or did you just use space bar?
You can copy whatever way you want.
Oh yeah, it's 18 for the small ones too. Okay.
How are we going to get this in here?
The Okay, now tell me, so since it is a, the radius is 50, right?
Radius of 50.
Yes.
Are we gonna add two other larger circles to find the center point, or can we just fill it, or 10, 10 radius? You bet we can, 10 radius, can't we?
Yep, 10, 10 radius is my
So we
my
change
call.
it to this circle, change it to that circle with the radius of 50, right? There it is.
Beauty.
Cool.
So now we've got
For me.
so now we've got trimming to do.
Trim them out there. Now, I'm just gonna clean this one up and this one up and clean that much out there. Okay? Then I'll probably extend this line out here now. So I want to trim from here to here now. Get rid of that one and that one there. Okay?
Catching up.
Catching up. Catch up. See what I'm doing?
Absolutely.
I'm looking at my screen saying catch up to you. I have an idea. I suspicion of what you're doing.
Suspicions, eh? That's what you call it?
Should be buying it.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on it.
Certainly do.
So you trimmed it in, so your trim line.
Okay, I've got the same thing on the screen.
Okay, so CR. There. And you're coming down to be there, so could be a trim line. Oh yeah, and then
There's another.
you extend that line out so you could trim the rest of that off. That might even here. Yeah, you can do that. I see what you do. Okay, then enter. Then do this thing. Enter. Enter. Good. ER. Enter. Trim. Trim. All right, I think I'm there. Okay. Kurt, you there?
Now, how fast is this part of the right here?
That is
16.
16.
So I only want half of it. So I got
8.
8.
Yep.
Offset 8. Okay.
And you're doing just one offset because you're planning to mirror.
Exactly. But we can't trim that little bit of that kind of
Well, there's going to be a fillet of 10, 10 radius 12.
Okay, so we'll wait to trim.
I'm going to get rid of this one. And I'm going to get rid of that one there. And now I'm going to put a fillet in there. What's that fillet here, 10?
Radius 12.
Okay, so R, enter, 12, enter, and you stick here and there.
And you're filling. Where is the center point?
Which one? This one here? Yeah. That's over 50 and up 25.
Oh.
See it on your trim? Can you trim it right now? Yeah.
12.
Okay.
Look object. Look object.
Hey, from that whole part. It's looking like a thing. Okay. Over.
Mike,
Over 110.
question.
I thought you were talking about, which one are you talking here? That one little line right there is actually a center point. This one here? Yes, it's the center point, yes.
We're going to mirror it eventually.
So now to mirror this, how far do I need to come out here to get the end of it?
From that point, very first thing we did is we went all the way 110, so you need to go. Don't specify the overall length, Dave.
Well, there is a diameter 20 hole and radius 22. So we gotta go 22 out.
You gotta offset this 22 to come out here. You find the end point of this right here.
Right.
Whoa, wait, so say that slow for
Hold on, right there.
Oh
Center
my
center
God.
point. How far is from there to there? 22, right?
22.
Oh, cool. Oh my God, that's so good.
Mike,
Circle with
Yeah.
22 radius.
I have a philosophical question.
Okay.
So we did a fillet with radius 12, the last,
For here.
right? But before that, we did 10-10 radius of a
The
circle
only reason is
instead of a
to tear it up and clean it up.
instead of a fillet.
Yeah. Out here, it would have maybe
Yeah.
torn more up than we
Yeah, the
wanted.
fillet command. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really just about the difference in the command behavior, but
Exactly.
either one is valid.
Either one is valid, yeah.
Either one is valid. Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna offset this 22
Oh,
right here.
I put a big old 22-inch diameter circle in there. That's not right. E-ray.
Now,
Well, there is a 22 millimeter radius,
Yeah, but then the rate. Oh yeah, so I could have dropped down.
but we haven't drawn that projection yet.
so now how am I gonna clean this up?
Fillet of radius 0 there.
No, you need to extend that line no longer. You need to make the line
This
longer.
one here?
No,
Fillet
your
will take
vertical.
care of.
This one here?
Yeah, this one here. That one needs to be longer.
Why? Why?
Well, because it's not tall enough.
Oh, so use the fillet command.
Oh, it'll extend
You
it.
bet.
I'm getting there, boys. I'm getting there.
That makes sense?
Yeah. So we're offsetting that vertical 22, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, offset 22 there. Okay, and we're gonna fill that. So radius 0. Fill it. My radius is at 12. We're gonna go R, enter, 0, enter. This line. Oh wow. That's
Makes
great.
sense now?
And now you're extending that center line all the way through so our mirror line can work correctly, right?
Well, this is our mirror line right here.
Yeah, and before that, you need to extend it all the way down that fillet.
So now I can mirror. And then I just,
So you're not selecting the center line for a reason, right? Okay.
Well, because we don't want to double it up.
And then do you trim that off before you mirror it? Yeah, I'm gonna trim that off. I already know the answer to that. Trim before I mirror, you want that all trimmed up. Okay. What's that? I never know. The what? Good.
And of course, there are numerous ways to do it. So
yeah.
Do I need to explode that center circle to mirror? Actually, I don't even need a mirror because it's already there. Exactly. And then do I need to select the center line to mirror this, or just I hit mirror and then my mirror line point? Hey, oh my God.
okay,
You okay? Give me just a sec, but I am there.
I'm there.
I did it. I deleted it. Didn't hit it. It didn't hit enter. So enter. Specify mirror point.
Mike, the computers in this room are more powerful than the ones in the other lab.
That's because they came out in box. Same software.
I think these have the Quadro P3200. The computers over there have Quadro P2000.
They're supposed to have. If they're faster, I'm glad we're changing rooms.
I think these are faster computers. I'll double check today.
Check.
I'll double check
They were supposed
today.
to all be ordered together.
And can we delete our center
And the computers on all access are less powerful.
Yeah. Oh, no, you know what we need to extend? That fin comes into the center of the bracket that's here, right? Yeah.
Right, but we won't know that line until we draw the bottom guy.
To find out that distance.
Right.
So now let's draw this front view here.
That's why I built this one in Inventor too, because I was fascinated with how the two materials are milled into each other.
So draw a line down from the bar extent right
So
here.
with the ortho on, obviously.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter the length, right?
Well, the length matters, but we don't really know how much we need.
Then draw another line right there. That represents the bottom of the front view right there. Okay? Now, how high is this part right here?
From the bottom, it's 10.
10, so it's offset at 10. Okay, so now I can clean this end up at least right here, can't I?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do it with the fillet command. There it is, right there.
Oh, dang, yeah, you looked away for 2 seconds to get my fillet command in check.
All we did is use the fillet command, okay? I want to pick here and here, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Click and click.
Space bar, here and there.
Wow.
That's all I'm doing.
God, that's so much faster than trimming stuff out. Is there someone back there stapling, or is the machine going?
Oh, the machine's just talking.
Oh, okay.
Now, I've got to get a circle coming around here, right?
Down.
And radius, right? What's my radius?
22.
22, right?
So select both the lines before I enter my area. I go R, enter. 22 is already there.
Okay?
Wait a second. No, I messed that up. So you feel like it's the bottom one.
Yes.
That's the box, that's the tangent here.
My mistake here. Let me get this span generated. Span generated. This one. Enter. That looks like it.
And that gives us a center point to draw the small circle if we wanted to.
So that you erase it, you erase that.
I'm just going to clean this up here and go from there to there, just like that. Okay?
Oh wow. Okay, so trim.
Now, let's try something. I'm going to leave that one extended out. Just want to try a couple of things. Now, what do we have here? Let's try a fillet command right here now and see what happens.
Oh, it's gonna erase something.
But what I'm saying is, let's try it to see what it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So we're going to go
Fillet.
fillet, yeah. So fillet, enter, R, enter, and what's that radius?
It is
125.
125.
125. Enter. So I can pick, I should be able to pick here and there, right there.
Oh
Well, actually, it did okay. All right.
Not bad.
Not
But now
bad.
I gotta get rid of part of this circle right here, right?
Yeah.
So now it's just a matter of trimming, right?
Yes.
There and there, and I want to get rid of what's between them, just right there. Okay? Okay, now, question. This line here gets extended out how far?
We the edge of the fillet at the top there.
Is that fillet?
Yeah.
That endpoint right there.
Where it merges, yeah.
I've got to draw a line from that endpoint right there. Wow, boy. Comes down to there. And now I extend that line over. And that is how you get the length of that line.
So you extended?
Yeah. Because that's the line all we need, isn't it?
Wait a second. So you okay, well, let me use the word, but then you extend from the curvature to the vertical.
Yeah. This endpoint right here, draw a line down.
No, that doesn't work. I have the line down, I have the vertical line down.
And you should extend that to that line.
Oh, I'm not going back far enough. Okay.
And so now, similarly, we can deal with the lines on the top view by going from that merge point of the bottom view.
Now you get, see now these lines here. Draw a line, we gotta find that endpoint right there. That's the endpoint right there, isn't it?
Yep.
Or intersection. Come up here.
And then
now I can extend these two lines over to there.
Oh my gosh.
Okay?
That's the beauty of this object, is these different surfaces mating with each other.
Now we got to put a hole right here, right? That's a 20 diameter hole. How am I going to find my center point?
I think AutoCAD is gonna suggest it to you.
I think you come off that little notch on the top drawing and extend that notch down.
Look at this. How about going center diameter? Come over here, put your cursor right there. Guess what? There's the center point right there.
Yep.
That's in 20. All you have to do.
Yep.
I'm not seeing it.
Did you go out to the?
There it is. There it is. No, I just it took AutoCAD a sec. And the inside of that is 20.
We good?
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. Now, I'm not going to worry about putting center lines in. I'll let you guys do that. But you have center line here. You'll have a center line here.
Yep.
You'll have a center line here. Right?
Yep.
Then you're going to have a little line right here. Where does that line come from?
Which one?
This one here.
Center line of the pole? No.
No, that's the merging of the base plate material. That's
okay.
there's something wrong.
What they haven't told you
Is that there's a straight line.
Assuming they want you to realize that is a straight line.
A straight
here,
line.
and it's
Filleted to that. Yep.
Yep. They don't make that very clear.
I misled you, yeah.
So there is so I'm going to draw me a line now from here. That's where I want to project it down now, right there.
You could also use quad, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do quad.
And then, since I don't want to rip this up, I'm just going to do 10 radius.
Right, and that was kind of the way my question was. Is, yeah.
And that is 12, wasn't it?
Oh,
well,
we're turning those into straight lines because they were not straight. They came back in.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Look. Okay. That's okay. That makes it way more sense now.
But before you do the 10-10 radius, make sure to trim that tiny piece of the arc.
Yeah, so we can keep the old arc, but we need to get rid of the top part.
Now, how's going to be the easiest way to do this?
So, I'm sorry, Mike. Which part?
To get this here.
what's the easiest way?
Uh-huh.
Wait, you got rid of the straight lines already? No?
Mine made it king. Oh,
So watch this. I'm gonna erase this arc and that arc right there. I'm gonna mirror now this arc.
I
that arc right, and that line right there.
see what you mean.
And then I'm gonna get my mirror line right there. And there it is.
okay, show me where I went. I think I went wrong where I did you guys draw from intersection of the curvature down?
I drew a line from here over.
And then from where that intersected, you drew it down. Okay, so
Mike?
I just went too early.
Mike, can you look at this? Because I missed it on your screen, but I'm doing 10-10 radius, so I'm gonna leave from this point to this point.
Right, but we're wrong there.
We are wrong?
Yes.
Alright.
So what you have, see, you need to hit this line here.
So I was not doing the
So we
tangent.
want to do
Exactly right.
we want to be tangent to here,
Here, okay.
tangent to here, and that is
12.
12. See, now we're
Okay.
tangent there.
I was tangent in the wrong spot. Damn.
Now you are wrong too, because you aren't tangent to that line. Is this circle tangent to that line? This one here. This tangent to
No,
that
I'm
line.
still trimming it. I haven't heard
So erase this wrong. So do it back in. Okay, erase that line. Erase that arc. Yeah. Now zoom in on that. Now we still have that straight line coming down.
It's not really straight,
No, because it's not a straight line. So where you can draw your straight lines from?
I thought center.
Okay, draw it. Draw that for me.
And then there's the mirror.
Space.
Gotta lock the
I draw a
mirror.
line straight down, just that's far enough.
So what I was doing before I was getting there, but it would cost me way more
No,
time.
it's still wrong though.
Oh, okay.
Now do a 10-10 radius. Well, now you gotta pick your point. Yes. And there, now type in 12.
R, enter, 12.
No, you just type it, you don't have to RR enter.
Okay. It was asking for it.
Okay, now see where you went wrong from the first one? Here, let me show you what you had here.
Yeah, so what I tried to do is bring it out, do that, but then
Right.
it would create all this trimming.
Right, and so anyway, so you should be able to go from a line, see now, that's the end point.
No, I'm gonna use
To
quad.
the first point, now if you type in QUAD now,
Well, I haven't
Now
used
you
that
can
command ever
do-
before. Or is that just an O snap?
just an open
That's
snap.
an O snap, yeah. Quadrant. It's just, yeah.
And then you can trim,
Clean up
Off
that
here.
tiny bit, yeah.
and then you just go here, 10 radius, 10 to here, 10 to here, type in 12, enter. So you're hitting RR. Now, something that I've known with you, when you enter the line command, this is how you're doing it. And then picking it.
Yeah, just L, enter.
L enter. You don't have to pick it and type it and click it. Just L enter. You're in the line command.
Good.
Okay?
Okay.
Mike, so I imagine that you anticipate this, right?
Yes,
That
yes.
because we
Because that went back, yes.
redid that part.
Exactly. Yeah.
So now we need to
Now we need to
redo that, re-extend that
Right.
line.
we need to redraw this line here now at the end of that point right there.
No, he didn't erase the whole half. Just
It's part of it.
just a couple of curves.
Get rid of that. And that there. Click down here. And you do the same thing.
Is it N enter or is it MI enter?
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. Hit escape. Type in M. Okay, what is the thing for mirror? MI. That's all you need, enter. Now you want to click that, and that.
Yes.
Enter.
And now mirror.
You need 2 points. Pick another point over here. Click there. There you go.
Okay. Because I know I'll pick one point, I'll swing it all the way around until it snaps into
Yeah.
the place.
But you're taking 3 times long. You
Quadruple
and
that.
then hit it. You don't need to do that.
He'll get there.
You'll get there, okay?
Eventually
No, before that.
eventually the laziness will kick in and you become more
You'll just
efficient.
say line and start drawing lines just like that. See, there's line. You click it.
So now you're taking where that point of tangency is.
Right here, the end point. So if you start a line,
End point.
it clicks it right there. That's the end point of that arc.
Beautiful. And then I'm grabbing this. I want to get the mouse pad. I'm bringing that down. I'm clicking that. I did the thing. I'm thinking, okay. I'm with you guys now.
Okay. I got it.
Oh, and I lost my circle in here somehow. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna do circle. So, circle, center radius. At 20.
Yeah. Look, you're drawing.
Wait a second. What happened here?
This isn't line up here, right? Yeah. But what is he lined up?
Oh, it's pretty good.
Is this 10? Offset distance is 10.
Diameter.
Interestingly enough, the delete key works as well.
What?
Delete?
Delete key works for erasing. You select an object, hit delete.
Secret shortcut he has.
So look, bam.
Now this is exactly what we're talking about. You have to fix. And that goes back in a little bit. You have to draw a line now.
Like crappy pieces.
Type in quadrant.
You feel like pizza? Are you ordering pizza?
No.
You, how close of like pieces is it up here?
Line.
They'll come out. If not, I know a delivery service, but they'll charge for the delivery a little bit.
Ooh, but if you guys want to save a bunch of money, there's some really crap, there's Little Caesars.
Little Caesars is fine. I mean, pizza is just flour, water, salt, and cheese, tomato sauce and cheese. That's really what I used to make pizza from whole wheat.
They're not making it from whole wheat. They're
Right.
doing some sketchy stuff.
No, they're just doing white flour.
Right now.
Because that to our taste buds that tastes better, because white flour is basically like sugar. It's glucose.
And yeah, your body processes it like that.
Yeah, your body basically gets glucose out of it. It's like sugar.
you make me feel like
No, no.
there's a Mexican restaurant, a little more expensive.
Get the Little Caesars if you wouldn't mind for me to have a slice.
Yeah, I mean, it's $5.
Let's see, what are these circles? 18, so that will be 9. 9, 9. Means no in German.
Have you ever had
No, that's not 9.
you ever had a waffle that's from the Liège waffle, or what do they call it?
Waffle?
It's got the special, they fry it overnight with pearl sugar cubes. It's a Liège waffle.
No, never
They
had.
fry these waffle batters overnight with these pearl sugar cubes in it.
Never
They put it
had.
in super hot cast iron, and the pearl sugar melts out of the waffle and crystallizes on the outside.
What is wrong with this? Radius of 18. No, okay. Diameter of 12, so offset 6. There we go. It was messing with me. Object, hidden, trim. Oh, I'm still in the offset command. Trim from this line to this half circle to this circle. Press enter. Zip. Zip. It doesn't want to delete those. Erase. Hey Daniel, good to see you, man. How was your weekend? I was sick to my stomach, some kind of stomach bug or something.
here and here now, right?
Okay,
There,
at this.
there, here.
So now I can get rid of this guy. Delete, Control S.
Now you gotta press it.
Erase,
Exit it out of the plan.
erase,
There, enter,
erase, enter.
there,
S.
and you're exiting out of the plan, you're pushing, you're pushing undo. So, put ER, enter, undo. Here and here, hit enter. And you click there and click here. That's how you have to hit that extra space. Yeah, yes, you are. You gotta get that message down.
So, 25.4 divide by
How far is it from here to here?
4, 635. Offset 6.35.
Click in right here. Yeah. But why is it so small? Zoom in on that. So it's approximately right. But no, it's not. Look, how wide is this slot from here to here? So, look. So, from the center here down should be 8, right? And there should be 8 up here, right? Correct? This turn on.
Oh, I did something wrong with the offset here. Okay.
Offset here, there's 8, there's 8. What's wrong, isn't it? I don't know how you got this line here. So, but it's wrong. So now you got, this is all done here. You need to just remember that, then, that's right. That's just a mention. Just a mention. Okay. So, that help you out? Yeah. So now just finish the, I'll let you finish this one up, with your center lines, then you know. Okay, so those are the holes. Right. That line there, that little thing, that little flat surface you drew in there. Where do I see it at all? Well, it doesn't. Because you come in and guess what? You come in here and guess what? There it is, right, there's your line right there, isn't it? There it is, right there.
Mike,
No, I'm sorry.
do you want to demonstrate to the guys the LT scale command for the hidden layer?
We'll get that.
Because
Yeah.
I think we saw it only once, and I think I was the only one who saw it.
Yep.
And it's
So once they draw a hidden line, I'll show it to them.
okay.
So now, can you guys start printing out everything that you've done here? How long is it gonna take?
I can send it today.
Can you print out?
Dimension everything to you?
If you can, but at least get everything printed out, just so I can at least get something for you. Okay.
Yeah, I've been overriding my stuff just as a template, because I've been using my stuff as a template.
But you've got that remedied now, right?
Yeah, now I'm saving everything and copying my
But you
first
have your
template.
template. You open your template.
No, I need to, thing, I need to get a template from him.
Okay.
Save it as a template, start using that.
Then open it up.
So anytime I go to dimension anything from now, I have to change
Then you
everything.
open up your template and immediately do file save as.
Right,
And
as a
save
new
it to
file.
DWG file.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
won't overwrite your template.
Okay.
That's what you have to do.
I'm really just illiterate with computers, so I'm getting there, but yeah.
And you know what's interesting? It's really interesting what I've seen over the years is this. You get people in their Kurt's age, my age, because you're about my age, aren't you, Kurt? I think you're what?
You
4
guys
years
are
younger than
about
me?
the same.
How old are you? Okay, I'm 64. And so,
I wouldn't,
the older you are,
I wouldn't give Mike more than 50 or late 40s.
thank you.
Yeah.
So the older you are, the more timid and shy you are with the computer. And so when kids come in here, young, right out of high school, they'll beat on these,
Click, yeah.
move around, but they have no comprehension what a drawing looks like. The older you get, you've been around the block, you know what something looks like, you have a little experience, and you know what it physically looks like, but young kids have a hard time grasping. What is this used for? But, it's just the opposite.
Okay.
So you have to kind of marry the two together,
Okay.
And so, but the thing about your computers, there's only a couple of things you need to know. A couple of things. I mean, before, if it was all Unix-based, it'd be a totally different story. Totally different story. But with DOS, with what we have right here, if you know the file, save as, where the Explore button is, to find out a directory on your tree.
Is that like the Finder for Mac?
Kind of. Well,
You're a Mac guy.
I'm not, they make it for idiots, so I mean, they comprehend Mac a little bit.
you come over here and File Explorer right there. That gives you everything on here.
Finder.
Right there.
Oh, yeah, so that's the Finder equivalent.
Okay?
So I guess I have a Mac guy.
Really, all you need to know.
What was that called again?
File Explorer.
File Explorer. Okay, so that's being transmitted down, but I don't need that anymore here. Save, enter. Okay, so I'm now, my center line. Okay, and then should I insert my center line?
Yeah.
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 Except when you're inserting on that window box, there is a scale factor.
Oh.
And
You're
so
doing
before,
a metric drawing now, right?
right. So you got your center line open. So now you've got a type 25.4.
Is it gonna save that forever and I need to change it back?
No. It's just for this one time.
That's nice.
And 4.
Now just click down here and guess what happens? Just click that.
Yeah. Oh, your uniform scale is
yeah,
not checked.
okay.
Check mark.
There
right.
you go.
Yeah. And so now click OK, and now you insert it.
And now you'll see yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't see that little dot. You could zoom in and see it. So it's the right scale factor now.
I can select it, copy it.
Go up. Yes, that is right. You can see how to change that now, right? Yeah, I